Sir, I would please request you to stay on with me. Ousted former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has launched a scathing attack on Bangladesh's February 12, 2026 parliamentary elections, branding them a well-planned farce and demanding their immediate cancellation. In a strongly worded statement released late Thursday through the Awami League, her party, which was barred from participating, Hasina described the polls conducted under the interim government led by Chief Advisor Mohammad Yunus as, quote, voterless, illegal and unconstitutional, end quote. Mr. Arvind Singh Tejawat, sir, I would like to come across to you on this. Sir, after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, of course, her party was disbanded and banned from contesting this year's elections, and now we're seeing that BNP has won this year's election. Sir, going forward, what exactly lies next for the Awami League as well as for the voters of the party who did wish to align with this party, in your opinion, sir?
Right, Meera. Here we need to think wisely. Since the India given the shelter to the Sheikh Hasina, it doesn't mean that the Sheikh Hasina was completely pro-India. We need to think that the Sheikh Hasina, she was maintaining a balance between China and India. So if we say that the Sheikh Hasina was a totally friend of India, then I suppose this one is not a true story. Of course, the Indian governments and the diplomat was having a practice or the habit to work with the Sheikh Hasina government. And of course, the India was not having as much good communication with the opposition, especially with the BNP, because the BNP considered as a pro-Pakistan. So that's why that was the only reason that the diplomat could not maintain a good relationship with the other opposition of Bangladesh. It doesn't mean that the Sheikh Hasina-led government was very much in a favor to the India. Of course, India was doing good with the Sheikh Hasina government. Now you see that Tariq Rahman Saab, I suppose a few months back, he clearly stated that BNP is not in a favor that if the Awami League is not contesting in elections. It means, and that was it was a very much matured statement given by him in a past few months. He stated one or twice only, and then after he kept quiet. So in that case, all the Awami voters, they shifted to the BNP. So it was a very mature political statement. And I don't think that Tariq Rahman Saab will do anything which will give an impression that Tariq Rahman Saab is willing to settle or to go for the revenge with the Awami League people. So I don't think that Tariq Rahman Saab will give that impression. On the other hand, we need to think that especially for the Bangladeshi voters, in a period of anarchism, we had an impression that the minorities and especially the Hindus are being killed by the people over there. So we might have an impression that the Bangladeshi people are having a communal mindset, but this election has proven that the Bangla people are not communal. They chosen the BNP, not the another more extremist Jamaat Islami kind of parties. And we need to think that what the student they did, and then after that political vacuum being occupied by the communal forces, so we need to think very wisely. And if any pro-Pakistan government is leading the Bangladesh, then it's not a problem for us. The major problem for us, if any government is doing anything in favor of China, because China is a bigger challenge for us in Bangladesh, not the Pakistan. So I think let's hope for the good. And I know that I'm having an impression, of course, officially the India didn't pass any statement, and India didn't given any impression that India is doing anything against the coming government. But I hope that the Indian deep state must be active during the election, and definitely you can see the result for whatever we are having at the moment. So let's hope for the good, and let's see that how the things turn in. And there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy in politics and diplomacy. So that's why I hope that in the coming days we'll be having a good relationship with the Tariq Rahman Saab-led government. Over to you, Meena.
All right, sir. I would please request you to stay on with me. Now, according to reports, the Bangladesh Election Commission's official